Are you familiar with Laken Riley?
I am familiar with the case.
You should have deported her so that she could be alive today. Her parents would have appreciated that.
That was Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene making a hilarious whoopsie during this tense House Homeland Security Committee hearing with DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. You heard her say, oh, hey, you should have deported her. What? Look, I know what she wanted to say, all right? The man who murdered her, that's Riley, should have been deported because he had a record, things like that. Okay, I understand what she's trying to say. So did she correct herself? No, she did not. I don't know why. Maybe she didn't maybe she didn't know what she said. Or maybe she was doing one of those,
We'll do it live!
I don't necessarily know.
I know words. I have the best words.
Let's keep on going. There ain't no stopping that train. By the way, her train ran out of track a long time ago. All right? A long time ago. I mean...
Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
Peachtree dish.
All right. But anyway, funny stuff aside, this is actually a very serious issue, right? And what's gross about this, again, you had this, young woman who had a huge, just a future ahead of her, and she was robbed of it. Okay, she was murdered while out jogging. That's horrifying, right? And that is, unfortunately, she has been made a political prop by the right wing to then falsely claim that we have open borders and that, we're being flooded with criminals and rapists, as Trump would say. I mean, Trump has went so far as to claim that countries are just basically opening up their prisons and mental institutions and dumping them all here, which is not true. There is no truth to those statements. There's no reality here. That's not what they're doing. Yes, there are people that are coming over the border. They're coming in. They're claiming asylum, which they have a legal right to do. Yes, there are some illegal border crossers as well. And that has been happening, and it has always happened. And so what you have here, though, is basically a right-wing hysteria that hits just around election time. I mean, that's what's going on. And by the way, the idea that immigrants are the ones doing all the crime, no, immigrants actually commit less crime than native-born American citizens. Why? It's because one reason is because they don't want to get caught, right? The other reason is just because somebody's an immigrant doesn't mean that they're criminal. Just because somebody who, crosses the border undocumented does not mean that they are a criminal, okay? But here's the thing. What happened to Laken Riley was awful, as I said before. Seeing Marjorie Greene, though, and the right wing take this tragedy and turn it into a way to push a false political narrative is pretty awful, pretty disgusting. The end result would, of course, be turning away people who are innocent that just want to make a better life for themselves, to literally keep them from the American dream. That's the ultimate goal here of the people that are pushing the stuff about immigration. Don't open borders. We don't have open borders. What they want, though, is to prevent what they call the browning of America. All right. They say, no. We just want people to be vetted. Yeah, that's it. We want to better vet people that are coming into the country to ensure that they're, not dangerous, right? Well, again, I think we all agree on that premise, but that's not actually what the goal is. You say that's what your goal is, but in reality, you're profiling, and that's what it leads to. It's about assuming everyone from certain demographics and certain, Central American and South American countries are undesirables just because of where they're from and what race they are. And because of those factors, they should not be allowed in. I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong. I think it's xenophobic, and I think it's racist. All right, to keep people out because of the nature or circumstances of their birth and what race they are. That's absolutely ridiculous. Look, when it comes to the issue of crime, white people, there are plenty of white rapists and murderers. And yet, for some reason, there never seems to be any discussion about what's wrong with white culture. Or if there is any discussion on it, they blame it on foreign influences, right? Foreign influences, oh, these ideas are coming into America and they're tainting the white race, they're tainting the white culture. I mean, if you even broach that subject, there are certain people that get incredibly triggered. And yet, they're the ones having these discussions all the time when they talk about people from Central America and the global South. Or even black people. They also do the same thing when it comes to black people. It's the culture. It's the culture. It's the culture. It's just the way that they are. You know they're more violent. No, you're a racist. If you're saying that, that is very racist. Look, the thing is, the right wing likes to take these isolated cases, right, and use those to try to paint every immigrant, here illegally or not, because that's what happens, as potentially dangerous and violent, in order to prevent the country from becoming more diverse. And that's the reality, right? That's the thing that they want to prevent happening, more so. They want to make it so that, no, this is a white country for white people. That's it. And they've already failed at that. The country continues to get more and more diverse. And as they continue to fail, the rhetoric against immigrants, against immigration, which is beneficial for not only the people that are coming in, but for the country overall, for our economy, for our culture, all that stuff. The rhetoric used by the people who are anti-immigrant will continue to get not only more ridiculous, as we see with Marjorie Greene, but more extreme. And that is part of the danger.